Time for the morning rush. The third and final suspect in connection to a series of shootings across Albuquerque is waking up behind bars. A couple of weeks ago, police charged 23-year-old Matthew Delina and 15-year-old Seven Long with the murder. This morning, 17-year-old Kalani Hodges is now facing the same charge. Albuquerque police arrested Hodges late Saturday night. Police say Hodges, along with Delina and Long, were all involved in a series of shootings across the metro over the last few months. One of them turned deadly. Kristen.
Mostly sunny skies today, so we're pretty much done with the rain and snow we saw over the weekend. Temperatures, however, will remain cold, only with the 40s this afternoon. Tomorrow, a little bit warmer, but still the sunny skies, not looking at any sort of rain or snow chance until Thursday night. Crystal?
Former President George H.W. Bush will lie in state in the Capitol Rotunda in Washington, D.C. beginning this evening. He'll be there through Wednesday morning. A funeral service will then be held at Washington's National Cathedral. Former President Bush died on Friday night in his Houston home at the age of 94. The 41st President of the United States will be buried in Texas on the grounds of his presidential library. The New Mexico man who killed 5 family members as a teen is expected in court today. A judge is expected to decide if he should be released. Nehemiah Griego pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in the shooting deaths of his parents and 3 siblings. He was 15 at the time. A judge ruled Griego was eligible for release when he turned 21. However, prosecutors and even his own family have argued he would be a danger to the public. We'll let you know what happens later on in court. The man accused of driving his car into an Albuquerque Smith's, then running off and punching out the window of a home, is waking up behind bars this morning. Police say Ethan Anati drove into the grocery store on Carlisle and Constitution around 8 o'clock Saturday night. They say he hit a man inside. That man, luckily, was not injured. On to news. New at 6, a group of New Mexico lawmakers is looking into how the new Ethics Commission will actually work. This after being approved by voters. The 7-member commission will have the power to investigate claims against elected officials and other government workers. According to the Journal, Democratic Senator Linda Lopez says several questions remain, including what discipline the commission can actually hand down and whether complaints and hearings will be made public. On to news happening today. The city, along with Councilor Clarissa Pena, will be unveiling the completed construction of a new playground at Westgate Height Park. You might remember that playground was destroyed by a fire earlier this year. That's the images you're seeing on your TV screens. The ribbon cutting is scheduled for 2:30 today. We'll be there. We'll let you know how it goes. Kristen.
Today's Metro Threat Index down to a 2. Not looking at any showers. However, those cold temperatures will remain. 20s this morning, 40s this afternoon. Crystal?
A local nonprofit is getting back to work on quilts for veterans living in northern New Mexico. Since 2006, the Santa Fe chapter of Quilts of Valor has made 475 quilts. That number is about to increase because of a new partnership with Santa Fe's VA clinic, who's already requested 200 quilts. They expect to present the quilts to the veterans at the VA clinic after the first year of the year. We'll keep following this story for you. A program is looking to help recovering addicts overcome their addictions through working out. This is Johnny Armijo. He takes part in the Addict to Athlete program. Armijo got involved after being placed in Metro Court's year-long recovery program following his 3rd DWI violation. Armijo is celebrating 2 years of sobriety. He will graduate from the program next month. Judge Benavides says out of 320 graduates, only 13 have reoffended. Kristen.
Time now for a check on that Monday morning commute. Right now, the map looks clean, not seeing any major crashes or accidents. We've also got our news tracker out and about Paseo eastbound near Coors. Clear blue sky on top, but nothing in the way of major traffic incidents out there either. So we'll keep eyes on that for you throughout the morning.
Best Buy celebrating the holidays with 20 days of top secret doorbusters. Electronics retailer released a sneak peek of the deals countdown, which does include laptops, smart TVs, video game consoles, and even headphones. A new doorbusters unveiled every single day through December 20th. Today's deal is a Dyson V6 cord-free vacuum.
We're taking you back 9 years on this day in New Mexico history. We actually had an upper-level trough dig into the state, dropped quite a bit of snow out across eastern New Mexico, had a band set up there. So much snow that we actually had several traffic accidents, one of those resulting in a fatality in Santa Rosa on I-40. So that was 9 years ago today. We don't have to worry about that kind of weather, though, here in New Mexico. We are done with the rain and snow.
And now for the 5 facts.
We're going to start things off with number 5. Dozens of quilters are working on New Mexico quilts to give to local veterans. The Santa Fe chapter of Quilts of Valor has made 475 quilts since it began more than 10 years ago. A new partnership with the VA clinic in Santa Fe is going to greatly add to that number. Quilters from Santa Fe Quilting put in hundreds of hours making the quilts to show their appreciation.
I love that story. Good for them. Number 4 now, the owner of a New Mexico brewery along Route 66 is hoping new legislation will help him in a legal battle. Henry Lackey owns Route 66 Junkyard Brewery in Grants. He is in a legal battle with a European company that brews a Route 66 ale in Wisconsin. Recently, Senator Tom Udall introduced a bill that would designate Route 66 as a National Historical Trail. Lackey hopes Udall's new legislation will lead to reviewing and analyzing trademarks with the Route 66 name.
At number 3, cold this morning and still pretty chilly this afternoon with highs only in the 40s. Both tomorrow and Wednesday looking pretty quiet as the warming trend gets underway. Next storm drops in late Thursday into Friday. We'll finish off the week with rain and snow.
Number 2 now, the third and final suspect police were looking for in connection to a series of shootings across Albuquerque is charged with murder this morning. A couple weeks ago, police charged 23-year-old Matthew Delina and 15-year-old Seven Long with murder. This morning, 17-year-old Kalani Hodges is now facing the same charge. Albuquerque police arrested Hodges, who also goes by the name of Trips, late Saturday night. Police say Hodges, along with Delina and Long, were all involved in a series of shootings across the metro. One of them turned fatal. Police say drugs and gang rivalry were the apparent motives for the crimes. Number 1 now, the New Mexico man who killed 5 family members as a teen is expected back in court today. A judge is expected to hear arguments and decide if Nehemiah Griego should be released. He pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in the shooting deaths of his parents and 3 siblings when he was 15 years old. A judge ruled Griego was eligible for release when he turned 21.